I wanted to show off this tool that I built. It makes filling out your green card paperwork much easier. So essentially, the story is I need to fill out this paperwork for my wife. She's not a U.S. citizen. I wanted to sponsor her green card. We were quoted by lawyers several $1,000s, and the forms themselves look super repetitive. So I just wanted to streamline that process, save some money. So I built this. I wanted to show it off and exchange some ideas and perhaps help you out. So here's how it works. So you fill out some information about your situation. This isn't me. This is just like some dummy info, but you're a U.S. citizen. You have a Mexican citizen wife. You want to sponsor a green card for her based on marriage. So you need to file the adjustment of status. So currently you're residing in the U.S. She entered on a B2 visa. You married in 2024. Just a little bit of information about the situation. As well, you want to establish what your goal is. So in order to figure out what forms you need to file, one of the things that lawyers will do is they'll look at do you need a work permit? Do you want to do advanced parole? So being able to leave the United States to visit another country while you're waiting this processing. So you want to specify that here so that way you can figure out exactly what forms need to be gathered for your specific situation. So you can also add some additional context. This is one of the most important pieces. So you're going to go and provide all of your documentation. So essentially, one of the things that you need to do if you're working with a lawyer is you need to gather all your paperwork. So, for example, like your passports, birth certificates, marriage certificates, proof of income. You need to gather all this anyways and send it to the lawyer so that way they can look over this. They can match all your information and fill out the right forms with this information. And they can as well print it out and insert it into the immigration packet sent to U.S. Customs. So it's a super repetitive process. All the information is here within these documents that you provide. So you have the Mexican citizen, the passport here. You have proof of U.S. citizenship for the sponsors. So again, a passport, the visa perhaps for the beneficiary. So the B2 visa, an I-94, which is the entrance record. Again, some of these it says required, but it's actually optional. But as well, you have like birth certificates, marriage certificates. So this is another important one that you need to include in the case of marriage. You're sponsoring family, you need to have like some proof of actual ties. So for example, like rental lease, an employment verification letter. Sometimes you need to include like tax documents. So you upload all these documents, and in a lot of cases where you are coming from another country or you have documentation from another country in another language, you need to do a translation. So the idea is to eventually implement a feature here where it'll just automate the translation. You don't even need to go to Google Translate. You don't need to use ChatGPT in order to produce the translations, all done here within the platform. So here's all the information, like the context about your situation, all the documents that you attached, and you submit it. And it's going to go through, it's going to scan all of the documents that you provided and get all the relevant information and then match it to the different forms that you need for your specific situation. So it does a really good job of matching this. Like I said, we use this for my wife. I built this tool. We filled out all of her forms. We submitted to U.S. Customs and Immigration. Within a couple months, we got the biometrics appointment and the interview. So everything went very smoothly. It did a very good job of filling out all this information. So I'll show you the output in a minute, but at this point, I'm not selling this. I'm not charging for this. I just want to exchange some ideas, get some feedback, maybe walk you through it one-on-one. If you're going through filling out this paperwork yourself, I'd love to walk alongside you to help you, take advantage of this platform that I built and get some information on how useful it is. So let's take a look. So you have all these different forms for the situation. So you have the I-130, which I believe is the sponsor. I'm not sure if it's the sponsor or the beneficiary's document. It's either this one or the I-130A. You have separate ones for the sponsor and beneficiary. You have the I-485, which is the sponsorship form for family-based green card. So let's take a look at this one. It should be all filled out with the proper information from you have Maria Jones, which was the Mexican citizen. And you have, yes, basically this is all of her information for this specific form for the adjustment of status. So this is where she was born. This is her passport information. This is all of her details on when she came to the States. So all this information gets filled out automatically. We can go back. We can take a look at the I-130. Let's confirm, is this the sponsor or the beneficiary one? This one is for the beneficiary. No, excuse me, for the sponsor. So the I-130A is for the beneficiary. So essentially, you have all this information here. filled out automatically from the documents that were scanned. So it makes it much easier. It's just a matter of gathering your documentation, which you have to do anyways for the lawyer. And then it will scan everything and then inserts it into the form. So like I said, I'd love to just talk. If you're looking to make use of something like this, you're looking to fill out your paperwork for a green card, I'd love to chat, walk you through it one-on-one. Just looking for feedback at this stage. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening.